Joel, why are you keeping this?
Keeping what, Travis?
This old alarm clock. It's been broken for like a month.
Oh, yeah. I would throw it away, but it just seems like a waste of time.
Walked right into that one.
Hurry along, Hope. We mustn't be late.
Hurry yourself! I wasn't the one who slept in this morning. If I recall, it was you who didn't set the alarm and took his time eating breakfast when you knew good and well that we would be catching the 8 o'clock train this morning.
Oi! Which way are you going?
Sorry.
Oh no.
What now?
The station clock. It says it's 9.
You mean we missed our train by an hour?
I didn't think we were that late.
I told you we should have left earlier. Didn't I tell you? I said there's no time for crispy oat squares. Didn't I say that?
Is there a problem here?
Maybe.
Oh, there's a problem, all right, Mr. Conductor. We missed the 8 o'clock train by an hour, all because of this slowpoke.
Actually, you didn't.
What are you talking about? The clock clearly says 9 up there.
Yeah, and it's been stuck like that for 3 days now. They've been working night and day to get it fixed, but they figured everyone has a watch these days, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, are you going to get on board, or shall we leave without you?
I think we all know the answer to that.
Very well. Tickets, please.
Here.
I think I'm due an apology.
Don't hold your breath.
All aboard.
Come on, let's get to our seats.
Yeah.
Excuse me, do you mind if we sit here?
Not at all. I'm about to listen to my radio, if you don't mind.
Sounds good to me.
Guys, I don't think this is a good idea.
Come on, Hope. It's a great idea. You've seen chariots, right? Same concept.
Yeah, I think horses pulling carts is a little different than a bike pulling a red wagon tied behind it.
It's more like a train. Innovation at its finest.
Yeah, whatever.
Want to be the first passenger?
It's like my mom says, life's too short to tempt fate.
When does your mom tell you that?
Mostly when we're watching internet videos with people doing dumb stuff.
She might have a point.
Come on, Pete. Don't back down now. We're on the verge of a great advancement in kid transportation.
More like kid hospitalization.
Hey, why don't we ask Miss Fiona?
She's around here?
Over there. It looks like she's looking for something in her car.
Hey, Miss Fiona.
Oh, kids. Good morning. Going for a bike ride?
I need your help convincing these guys not to do something dumb.
Well, if they want to help me figure out this clock, I'd be grateful.
You don't know how to use a clock?
You'd think I would, but I'm struggling today. I can't figure out how to get this thing to go back an hour.
Back an hour? Why would you want to do that?
Oh, is it that time of year where people change what time it is for no reason?
It is indeed that time. I've figured out my microwave, my oven, and even the clock in my coffee maker. But this car radio has beaten me, I'm afraid.
Let me take a look.
And while we're trying to figure out that radio, we can listen to a program on our portable radio.
Okay, according to this website, you're supposed to push here with the pen, and there we go. The numbers are changing.
Brilliant. Thank you, Peter. I would have never thought to use a pen.
Me either. Do you want me to set it for you now, Miss Fiona?
Oh, I'll take care of it. Thanks again.
So I guess this gets asked a lot, but why do we change our clocks again?
I think it's called daylight savings time. It's a law or something.
Something like that, Olin. It was put in place a long time ago.
But what for? They call it daylight savings, but you can't save daylight. I can't save up minutes to spend later when I want to use them. Time doesn't work like that.
I think the original idea was to make sure the hours where the sun was out the most were where we could use them the best. Because of how the sun and the earth are set up in space, different times of year change the times that the sun rises and sets, so we have to do some adjustments to make that work best for us. But you're all right, Hope. We can't save time to use later. Every person is given each moment as it comes, and when it's gone, it's gone. That's why God wants all of us to use the time we do have wisely.
He does?
Of course. Though it might not seem like it, time is just another thing God gives all of us. He tells us in Ephesians 5 that we need to be smart with the time we have, doing the work He has for us to do because the days are evil.
Huh. The days are evil. I'm not sure if I know what that means, Miss Fiona.
And what I think the Bible is trying to say here is that the world right now is in rough shape. People are suffering, lost and hopeless. And when we use our time to do what God tells us to do, we help them see there is a God who loves them and has a better way for them to live. Kind of like it says in Matthew 5:16.
Okay, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around all of this. Are you saying that God wants us to use every second of our lives to serve Him?
Well, I suppose I am. The Bible does tell us to worship God in everything we do, so I would think that would include just about anything we can do with our time.
That seems intense. I don't see how God can expect that of anybody. We've got lives to live here.
Do you have a drama script that could help explain, Miss Fiona?
She's not Mr. Jacobs, Hope.
No, but one doesn't need to be Lionel Jacobs to have some lessons at hand. I'll be right back.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. What do we do now?
Listen to the radio. What else?
Once upon a time, in a small town around the corner, there was a repair shop.
That's right. Oily's service station. I fix them up right good.
He does too, and I've never had a better mechanic, and his rates are very reasonable.
As Oily's reputation grew, it got harder for him to keep up with the orders.
All this time I'm spending driving around in the tow truck is time that I can't spend actually fixing cars. I'd better hire somebody, or better yet, put my son to work.
You called me, Pa?
That's right, Oily Jr. I need you to drive the tow truck for me. Here are the keys. Have fun and be gentle with her, all right?
You got it, Pa.
And so, Junior went out to pick up cars. But after a few hours went by and he hadn't come back yet.
That's weird. It shouldn't be taking him that long. I'd better call him up and see what's going on.
Hi, Pa, what's up?
You all right, son? I haven't seen you for a spell.
Oh, yeah. I've got the car for you. I'm just hanging out at a friend's house.
Okay, so where's the truck?
I drove it over here. I figured I was already out this way, so why not, you know?
Son, that's my tow truck. I need it for work. I didn't give you the keys so you could use it to hang out with your friends. Get back here with it so I can get back to work. Kids these days. What is it now, son?
Mr. Oily? It's your favorite customer. Any chance you've had time to look at my car?
Not yet, ma'am, but I'll give you a call when I know what the issue is.
Okay. Usually it doesn't take this long.
Trust me, I know. Oh, my son just pulled in. Gotta go. Call you soon.
Here's the car, Pa. Just like you wanted.
Thanks. Now, wait. What did you do to my truck?
What do you mean?
Where's the headlights? The hood? Where's the cab?
Oh, well, I figured you gave me the truck and didn't want me to use it for hanging out with friends, so I figured I'd build my own truck.
By taking stuff from mine?
It's the only truck around. Where else am I supposed to get the parts?
I'm not gonna lose my temper. What I'm going to do is go into my garage to fix this customer's car, and when I come out, my truck had better have all the parts installed in working order, or you'll be towing these customers' cars by hand. Got it?
The moral is that God gives us everything we have so we can do His work here on earth. The thing is, we have a tendency to use these gifts to serve our own interests instead. What we need to realize is that these things are not our own, and when everything is said and done, we're going to have some explaining to do when God asks what we've done with it. You look concerned, Hope. Is there something wrong?
Yeah. If it's about the bike and wagon chariot train thing, we've moved on.
I beg your pardon.
It's a work in progress. Go ahead, Hope.
Thanks. I'm not worried about that. At least I wasn't. But I was more thinking about what you've been saying about us need to use everything God gives us, even every second of every day, to worship Him. I'm just not sure how that's even possible. How are we supposed to eat or sleep or go to the bathroom and stuff? What if we're sick or too tired to think straight? Is God going to be angry with us over stuff like that?
Wow, I guess you were worried about stuff.
Indeed, and they are good questions. One thing I think we need to clear up is what does serving God mean? If we look at verses like Colossians 3:17 and 23, they tell us that everything we do needs to be done out of love for God, which implies that those things can be done out of love for God. So you see, before we fall into despair thinking striving to live for God is hopeless, we need to know that God isn't asking us to do the impossible. After all, Jesus tells us in Matthew 11 that living for Him is easier than living on our own.
Right, but how?
Oh yes, how indeed. With man, this is impossible, but with God all things are possible.
So, God makes it happen?
if we let him. You see, when we believe that Jesus is God and that he was raised from the dead, we become God's children. And as his children, he sends his Spirit to live inside us, guiding us in how to live every moment for him. We still have to listen to this guidance and obey it. But the more we listen and obey, the easier it becomes.
Okay, but what about all those things Hope talked about, the eating and all that? How can that be serving God?
Are you a sports fan at all?
Sure. Not sure what that has to do with the question, but yeah, I watch football and basketball from time to time.
Splendid! If a football player didn't eat, sleep, take showers, or otherwise do any of that, would they be a good athlete?
Well, no.
Why not? Those things aren't playing football. You might even say they have nothing to do with football.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be good at football, you've got to take care of... Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right. If you don't take care of yourselves, then you won't be able to do your best with what God has given you to do.
Oh, and if a sports player gets sick or hurt, it doesn't mean they're bad players. They just need to take time to feel better first.
I think you've all got it. There are many, many places in the Bible where God tells his followers to use the time he has given them to rest, to eat, to have parties, and to enjoy life. Because serving him is good, and he made all good things for us to enjoy in their time.
Cool. Well, speaking of time, I've got to head home.
Oh yeah, me too. Thanks for talking, Miss Fiona.
Hope, where are you going? Your house is that way.
Yeah, but I've got to give Mr. Jacobs his portable radio back.
I can do that for you if you want. I'm heading over there in a bit.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Not at all. Now then, how do I turn these off again? Oh, here we are.